Yesterday we were looking at ratios and proportions, and we were solving those by multiplying and dividing. Today we're going to take a look at a new process that will help us solve proportions a little quicker. It's called cross multiplication. So whenever we have a proportion that has two equivalent ratios, we can solve using what's called cross product or cross multiplication. And it's very, very simple. You just multiply in a cross formation. So we would do 8 times 15 and 6 times x, and those two quantities have to be equal. So this is just a simple algebra problem that we learned how to solve earlier in the chapter. 8 times 15 is 120, and to solve for x we just divide both sides by 6. And we can check, does 8 over 20 equal 6 over 15? And it does, because both quantities are equal to 2 over 5. It also helps us solve more complicated proportions, such as 4 over x equals 8 over x minus 3. Now we need to be careful that when we cross multiply, that we distribute properly. That 4 has to be multiplied by the whole x minus 3. So we'd have 4x minus 12 equals 8x. And we follow our normal steps of algebra. Subtract 4x from both sides. Gives us negative 12 equals 4x. Dividing by 4 gives us x equals negative 3. Be sure to check your answer to make sure that it's right. Let's put this in a word problem. Each day, the seals in an aquarium are each fed 8 pounds of food. 8 pounds of food for every 100 pounds of their body weight. A seal at the aquarium weighs 280 pounds. That's his body weight. How much food should he be fed per day? So, we set up our proportion. We're not sure what x is, but that x is the amount we feed to a 280 pound seal. It has to equal the ratio of 8 pounds of food to every 100 pounds of body weight. So we cross multiply. 100 times x has to equal 8 times 280. So 100 equals 100x equals 2,240. So to solve, we divide both sides by 100, and we find that that 280 pound seal has to eat 22.4 pounds of food. Let's do one more word problem. Example 4 gives us a map of Ohio, and the legend on that map says that 1 centimeter is equal to or represents 85 kilometers. And they want us to use our ruler to find the distance between Cleveland and Cincinnati. So 1 centimeter equals 85 kilometers gives us one ratio, and we're looking for the actual distance in kilometers between Cincinnati and Cleveland. So take a second, use your ruler to measure the distance between Cleveland and Cincinnati in centimeters. Okay, you should have come up with approximately 4.2 centimeters. So now we cross multiply. 4.2 times 85 has to equal 1 centimeter times d. So 85 times 4.2 is 357, and that's 1d. So that's the distance from Cincinnati to Cleveland in kilometers. I'm going to give you a proportion to solve on your own using cross multiplication. M over 5 equals m minus 6 over 4. So pause the video, give it a shot, and when you're done, hit play, and we'll see if you got it right. So our first step is cross multiply. We're doing 4 times m, has to equal 5 times m minus 6. And we got to remember to use our distributive property properly, which gives us 5m minus 30. Next step is to subtract 5m from both sides, giving us negative m equals negative 30, which means that m must equal 30. We can check to see if we're right. Does 30 over 5 equal 30 minus 6 over 4? Well, 30 divided by 5 is 6, and 30 minus 6 is 24. Does 24 divided by 4 equal 6? Yes, so 30 is the correct answer. Alright, so if you have any problems with this, you can watch it again. If not, you can begin on your homework.